What's up everyone, welcome to Film Spot, and today we will be talking about the best upcoming movies. With filming for The Batman 2 set to begin in November this year, 2025 will see the return of the Caped Crusader to theaters on October 5th, as announced by the film's executive producer, Michael Uslan. The first installment of the dark and brooding Heroes franchise was released just over a year ago, and it introduced moviegoers to a young Bruce Wayne navigating the criminal underbelly of Gotham City. With the original writer-director Matt Reeves back at the helm and Robert Pattinson set to reprise his role as the tormented hero, the planned sequel seems promising. The plot is still a secret, but we do know that Reeves and Pattinson want to include Robin in the series and have hinted at antagonists like Calendar Man, Mr. Freeze, and Hush. The Batman 2 is a part of DC's Elseworlds, a spin-off franchise that will exist outside the main DC universe and provide directors the freedom to build their own film canons. It's possible that Henry Cavill isn't done with the DC universe just yet. James Gunn, director of The Suicide Squad and the newly appointed co-CEO of DC Studios, recently stated in a tweet that he had had discussions with Henry Cavill regarding potential future roles for him inside the DC universe. This comes after Gunn announced that Cavill would not be reprising his role as Superman in the new DC universe shortly after the actor's cameo appearance in Black Adam. Gunn promised apprehensive fans that despite this setback, Cavill's exit from the Superman role would not be the end of his involvement in the DC universe. And for now, it certainly seems to be that way. Henry was a Superman superfan, and many fans thought that his abilities as the Man of Steel had been completely wasted. As for the rumor mill, many think Cavill would be a great choice for the parts of Green Lantern Hal Jordan, Superman's Kryptonian father Jor-El, or the villain Ultraman if he were to return to the franchise. Fans of the DC Universe can rest assured that Cavill's future in the franchise is not yet carved in stone. Sci-fi aficionados, brace yourselves, a new Alien film is in production, and this time it comes from the twisted mind of Don't Breathe director Fede Alvarez. Honestly, we couldn't be more psyched about Alvarez's plans to write and direct a brand new Alien film for 20th Century Fox. But wait, there's more. We're in for a brand new intergalactic adventure that has nothing to do with the previous Alien movies. What's more, Ridley Scott, who directed the first Alien picture, will be producing the sequel through his Scott-free banner. There's also an Alien TV series in the works, set to air on FX. But don't worry, this won't be a Ripley-focused series. Instead, it will take place on Earth, near the end of this century. So get ready to explore the world of Alien in ways you never thought possible. The critically acclaimed return of John Wick has everyone reaching for their popcorn. Even though John Wick Chapter 4 clocks in at 169 minutes, it has since been universally praised as being well worth the time. In this installment, John Wick comes back to take down the High Table and its newest adversary, Marquis de Gramont. The film also features a stellar supporting ensemble that includes Ian McShane, Lawrence Fishburne, Donnie Yen, Hiroyuki Sanada, and more, in addition to Reeves and Skarsgård. Early reviews from critics who saw the film at its premiere have been unanimously positive, singling out Donnie Yen's portrayal and applauding the film's tempo and action choreography. Rotten Tomatoes critic Kirsten Acuna paid the film a huge compliment on Twitter. At times, #JohnWick4 feels like a video game come to life. And I mean that as a compliment. Film critic Eric Weber came to Twitter on Monday to proclaim John Wick Chapter 4 as one of the greatest action movies ever made. Tops all three of its predecessors in storytelling, scope, and stakes. Countless astonishing set pieces. The upcoming DC film The Flash will be Michael Keaton's triumphant return to the superhero genre as his portrayal of Bruce Wayne from the Tim Burton films. In The Flash, Keaton's Batman, who hasn't been seen on screen since 1992's Batman Returns, will be a resident of the parallel universe where Ezra Miller's Barry Allen will end up. But here's the rub, The Dark Knight will be far from where we left him. According to a description of Keaton's comeback as Batman in a McFarlane Toys line for The Flash, the Caped Crusader has been out of action as the defender of Gotham City for quite some time. He's toughened up even more and has to put on the cowl once more to rescue the multiverse. The trailer depicts his Batcave in a dusty, neglected state, further confirming that he's been out of the game for a while. Barry arrives in an alternate reality 2013 looking for his mentor Ben Affleck's Batman, but finds Keaton instead, setting the stage for what could be one of the most anticipated superhero movies of all time. How does one transform into the fierce and muscular mutant that is Wolverine? Well, Jackman recently showed off a portion of his diet, which is a critical aspect of his body transformation. According to Jackman's Instagram post, his daily menu includes Patagonian salmon, black bass, chicken burgers, and grass-fed sirloin, all adding up to a whopping 8,000 calories. That's right, 8,000 calories a day. But it's not just eating that Hugh needed. In order to transform those extra calories into muscle, Jackman and his co-star in Magazine Dreams, Jonathan Majors, also had to spend countless hours in the gym. Fans are excited to see Jackman back in action as Wolverine, a character he first brought to life back in 2000. Fans of Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine mourned what they saw as the character's demise in his final appearance in 2017's Logan. But the charismatic Ryan Reynolds, who stars as Deadpool, convinced Jackman to come out of retirement for this new film. We will definitely be waiting very, very impatiently for this one. The much-anticipated House of the Dragon Season 2 will introduce us to 5 new dragons. The exciting announcement was made by co-creator Ryan Condal during a recent FYC screening in Los Angeles, where the 8th episode, The Lord of the Tides, was screened. But let's be real, with the series already boasting a plethora of fiery beasts, what could these 5 newcomers possibly add? The answer, for those that aren't aware of what the story holds, is a lot of fire and a lot of blood. The likes of Caraxes, Vagar, and Cyrax are probably already familiar to fans of the show, but Condal's promise of more winged wonders has us looking forward to the new season, and there won't be too much of a wait since production on Season 2 is expected to begin soon. With so many dragons already painting the House of the Dragon sky, we can only imagine the jaw-dropping special effects and action-packed scenes that the addition of 5 new dragons will bring to the show. Disney's decision to scrap not 1, but 2 future Star Wars films have come as a huge shock to fans. The news has left fans of the franchise reeling, wondering what went wrong with 2 projects that had so much promise. Patty Jenkins' planned directorial debut, Rogue Squadron, was the first movie to be cancelled. The long-awaited film was planned to go deeply into Skywalker's lore and the background of his X-Wing attack force. Unfortunately for Star Wars fans all over the world, it appears that this film will never be released. The second film to get scrapped was an untitled project by Marvel's Kevin Feige. Fans were excited to see what the mind behind the Marvel Cinematic Universe would do with the Star Wars worlds, despite the fact that very little was known about the film. Unfortunately, it appears that we will likely never know. While both of these movies had a lot of potential, it seems that they were simply not meant to be. For now, fans will have to content themselves with the many other Star Wars projects that are still in the works. The cast and crew of Stranger Things will return to the Upside Down to begin filming the show's 5th and final season in June. David Harbour, or as you might know him, our beloved Jim Hopper, made the announcement at the Middle East Film and Comic-Con in Abu Dhabi. Harbour, like us, is going to be sad to see the show go, but he has stated that he believes the time is right for the show to finish. Harbour also provided some backstory for Hopper in the final season, saying that his character has shed a layer of himself physically, mentally, and emotionally while in a Russian prison. Even though Harbour didn't reveal much about the plot, we do know that Hopper will be released from prison and reunited with Joyce and Eleven. Since its 2016 premiere, Stranger Things has won over fans who have grown attached to the show's characters. While a release date for the final season is yet to be announced, it's likely to premiere in 2024. In the meantime, let's enjoy our final days in Hawkins with our favorite characters as much as possible before the show wraps up for good. Frank Castle is back. Jon Bernthal is set to reprise his role as the Punisher in the upcoming Marvel series Daredevil Born Again. In contrast to the typical 6 to 9 episodes of past Marvel shows, production on the show, which also stars Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, will begin this month in New York and will consist of an unprecedented 18 episodes. Daredevil Born Again is based on a landmark Daredevil storyline published in 1986, although the show is deviating from the plot. The major focus, though, is still Daredevil's fight against Kingpin. Bernthal assumed the role of Daredevil for the first time in Netflix's Daredevil series in 2016, before taking the stage for 2 seasons of his own show. When Bernthal and his co-stars appeared to be finished with Marvel in January 2021, Marvel head Kevin Feige later confirmed that the Netflix characters were still under consideration. D'Onofrio starred in Hawkeye, while Cox made a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home and then appeared in She-Hulk. Echo, a new show on the horizon, is also thought to lay the groundwork for Born Again. However, it is unknown whether supporting characters Karen Page and Foggy Nelson will be recast or removed from the plot. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.